Well, I had a buddy, and this is about when I was writing my book and stuff on basically how to destination deer hunt on a budget.
Yeah.
And I shot that 160 out in Kansas, and I was like, I probably should mount this.
Yeah,
thing.
you should have.
Like, it's the biggest buck I've ever killed.
Yeah.
And he's like, how much did you spend on the trip? And I was like, everything included, $1,000.
Yeah.
He goes, how much is it going to cost you to mount the deer? I'm like, 700. And he's like, wouldn't you rather just put that 700 and go on another trip?
100%.
Yep. So that's where I do all my Euro mounts. I'm basically only have about $10, $20 into Euro mounts and then time.
Yeah.
And basically just do all my Euro mounts and
you do the new school way of pressure washing them. So
oh man, that
was a game changer. I don't know who found that out or who figured that out first, but somebody did it on their own deer
I
first.
used to boil deer right from the whole
same. Yep. I was always boiling them, and it always takes forever. And just pressure washing them. Holy cow! I mean, you can. Yes, it's messy. It is messy. If you're going to do it, get yourself a set of rain boots, and rain gear, and a jacket before you go after it. But I mean, that is the way to go.
Yeah, but I'll usually just I'll wait till I got about 2 or 3 to do.
Yeah.
Get a whole rain suit on, put some glasses on, crank some music in the ears, and just hour, I'm done.
Do you tuck them like I used to put them on a pallet and tuck their antlers underneath one thing of the pallet, so it kind of held them while I was moving them around.
I got a little metal plate that I put out, and then it's small enough where I usually, like, when I flip it over, I'll push the ears or the antlers into the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's all soft, but
yeah. Yep.
Nope. You get them you power wash those things, and then there's a little bit of blood that's in the bone.
Yep.
That you can still see, and then you boil them for like 20, 30 minutes max.
Yeah.
And then let them dry out and bleach them up, and
you're done.
You're done, good to go.
Cleaned it up, now they're out on the road.
Yeah, I did that one right there. That one was your dad.
Yeah, that's a beautiful job.
Yeah.
That's his first Kentucky deer. First Kentucky deer, best Kentucky deer. I think it's his first one, to be honest with you. We got that farm down there, and it's in the hill country, and man, it produces some great deer, but you'll get them for about a week. You know, they're transitioning through looking for does, and we can never get down there in time to hunt them like we should. And we actually went down last year for muzzleloader season, and I bet that deer doesn't score 115, maybe, as probably a 3.5-year-old deer. I mean, it's the first deer he's ever. I mean, we weren't going to say no to anything. You can't.
You got what, 70-acre piece?
Yeah, it's like 68 or 70 acres up there in the mountains, and it's a terrible piece. The shape is awful.
It's a hard piece to access.
Yep.
It's a really hard piece to access.
A little better now that I got the neighbors, 70 too, but even that, I don't think that's enough to really manage anything. I don't think anything really lives there.
Like 2 years ago that one of them dropped sheds right in front of the camera. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, so once we started running cameras there, I started running feeders until like late January, February time frame. And that first, I think it could have been that deer that Dad shot.
It's possible.
I'd have to look back at the sheds, but he dropped both of them right there at the feeder. So
that was pretty nice. And we just sat there and stared at him on the camera.
Yeah, for like a
month.
I was finally like, somebody's going down to fill feeders. Make sure you grab those sheds when you go fill feeders.
Oh.
Yeah, we were always thinking a coyote or something would take them and carry them off, but yeah. No, I like that farm down there. I mean, it was an investment. It was what Dad and I bought it for, was an investment. It was cheap ground when we bought it, and I mean, we didn't really expect to deer hunt it too much.
And you don't have to do anything to it, and it's going to gain value